This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Hey guys! Because the combination of Christmas and girl power worked so well in The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, my executive producers at Patreon.com have decided that today we're going to look at Barbie, A Perfect Christmas.
Joy to the world, I can't wait.
To be fair though, however stupid this may be, at least it's going to be stupid on its own merits without having to insult the works of Charles Dickens or anything. Oh hi, music from Chilly Christmas. Ugh. We open on Barbie's dream porn mansion as she and her sisters are frantically packing to spend Christmas with their Aunt Millie, who's flying into New York.
Hey Zoe.
Hey Skipper, you getting ready to come tonight?
Yeah, gotta pack. But I can't wait to work the song with you.
We'll be ready.
See you soon.
Has anyone seen my pink sparkly coat?
Did you check your pink sparkly coat closet? I've made this comment before, but it bears repeating. Why does motion capture often look so stilted? Yes, I know there are far worse examples of animation methods out there. I'm just confused as to how something taken from nature looks this unnatural. I'm also left wondering why these girls aren't packing in their respective bedrooms. Why do they need to bring everything out to their swimming pool-sized coffee table and they're differently sized according to their age's luggage? We've got Stacy packing up a bunch of winter sports gear, but I don't think it's going to fit in this little thing.
This is going to be the best Christmas ever!
I'll wear my new pink boots in Central Park, I just can't wait.
And then I'll sing in someone else's voice. What the hell's going on? A quick look at IMDb reveals that these girls have different voice actors for their singing. Not sure what the point is in hiring singers who can't sing, but it certainly is a novel approach.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
This will be my perfect Christmas. But the coolest of all is the band's gonna sing a song that I wrote. Every word, every note. Then they'll call me on stage and I'll take a bow. And the crowd goes crazy, I can see it now.
That's not how songwriting works.
What? Don't all singers have their songwriters join them on stage? Now that they're all packed, it's time to leave for the perfect Christmas.
The taxi's here!
Taxi? Isn't Barbie the face of a global corporation worth billions of dollars? Why aren't these girls taking a limo? Maybe a nice pink limo that matches their pink van? Everything must be in pink.
Oh, our stockings!
Wait, they're taking their stockings but just leaving their presents?
Apparently. Also, I'm noticing that there are only 4 stockings, one for Barbie and each of her sisters. Why isn't there a 5th and 6th stocking for their parents? Do they just not exist?
Is Barbie a Disney property?
Not yet, no.
Then her parents might still be alive somewhere. Don't give up hope.
So they leave their pink-tastic house, without locking the door, naturally, and they fly through the credits set against pink cotton candy skies.
Ugh, looking at this scene is giving me cavities.
Hey look, Barbie's reading Shoe. I love Shoe. Also, notice how it's late afternoon, early evening right now. I originally was going to make a joke about how it only takes 3 or 4 hours to fly from one end of the US to the other, and this scene happening during the early evening makes it look like it's taking a lot longer for them to arrive since it looked like that they left their house in Malibu in midday. But when looking at this movie a second time, I'm also remembering that the East Coast is 3 hours ahead of the West, and combine that with how the story is taking place in late December when the sun would be setting a lot sooner, it's not unreasonable to think that the sky might look like this after being in the air for only a couple of hours. I just bring this up because I gotta point out how these stupid Barbie movies have a better grasp on presenting realistic passages of time than Bayformers.
And if they're not going to fly in their private Barbie pink jet, they at least have to fly first class.
Unfortunately, adverse weather conditions force them to land in Minnesota.
Does that mean we won't get to New York today?
We'll get to New York for Christmas. I promise. Even if I have to drive us all the way there myself.
And thus the movie turns into Barbie's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Because nothing is more important than getting to New York City for Christmas. Even if it means driving through a storm that's too bad for a commercial airliner to fly over it. Safety first.
So they continue through the storm, making it look like Barbie's The Shining.
We'll get there. You'll see. We just have to keep going, no matter what.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Luckily, they soon come across the Tannenbaum Inn.
Which is not in pink. Now it's getting interesting.
Nobody gets in to see Santa, not nobody, not no how.
Hi. We saw the vacancy sign. I hope it's not too late.
Too late? But you're right on time.
We are? Right on time for what?
For the greatest day of the whole year. Come in.
Awful lot of locks on that door.
It's just to keep in all the Christmas spirit. Christy here lets them inside, and the abundance of Christmas cheer is actually a little creepy.
You really get into Christmas here.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. We do Christmas like no one else, or my name isn't Christy Clausen.
Is your name Christy Clausen?
I don't believe it either, kid.
Come with me. We've been decorating the tree. This is what the season can be. Our favorite time of year. Look around. Cookies coming in by the pound. Hot cocoa to wash it all down.
No, don't! Those drinks are roofied! Seriously, does this look like a hostile Christmas movie to anyone else? Then Barbie and her sister start helping these people by wrapping presents. Clearly they've just been shanghaied into one of Santa's many sweatshops.
Actually, all they're doing is moving these presents from one side of the room to the other. We don't see them wrapping anything.
I don't think we want to see them wrapping anything. Those boxes are full of heads!
And what did Santa bring you, honey?
How many more presents do I have to wrap before I can go to the bathroom?
Keep rapping! But to be fair, at least these people are better singers than Uberta's staff in Swan Princess 4.
Hark the herald angels sing. Glory to the newborn King. Hey, hey, every day we just wanna give 'em away. Stack it up, we just wanna give 'em away. Stack it up, we just wanna give 'em away.
Christy, what is this place? The Tannenbaum Inn. But it is something special around Christmas time. The Elifs and I can't help it.
What are Elifs?
The Elif family. That's their last name. We do a big toy drive every Christmas, and they always help me out.
And the pointy ears that you're not even trying to hide? What's up with those? Might as well have Bruce Wayne wearing "I'm not Batman" tattooed across his forehead.
I need a roll of sparkly ribbon at table 1, stat. It's a walkie-talkie.
Okay, this is getting freaky. The movie's calling out my calling out!
And why do these people need 2 walkie-talkies each?
And check out this guy in the background, still dancing away. He's still hearing the music in his head. Christy gives them the best room in the house.
They say that they do the hotel up like this every year. They're shoveling out Christmas cookies by the pound. They're always doing this massive toy drive. This would have to be a major holiday destination. Why is the best room in the house still available?
Why is every room in the house still available?
It's a trap!
And these two have already grabbed their luggage before Christy said anything. They've got this routine down pat.
Well, sure. It's easier to do that when the customer leaves their keys in the car. Oh, don't worry. We'll have the, valet park the car.
That's okay. I think we'll just be leaving now.
Barbie. Barbie. You got a surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere. Go check out the Hummer. See what I mean? Go check it out! Barbie promises her sisters that they'll get to New York in time to have the perfect Christmas, but she doesn't know if she can keep that promise.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have this wish I wish tonight.
When I wish on a star.
Ignorant of the law is not an excuse.
Christy shows up because, of course, she's watching Barbie's every move, and offers her a little consolation.
My sisters are counting on me to get them to New York, and I don't think I can. They're going to be so disappointed when they wake up, and it's all my fault.
It's your fault the planes can't fly?
Well, no.
It's your fault there's a snowstorm.
Of course not. It's my fault because I told my sisters we'd have the perfect Christmas. I promised them. Now in the morning, I'm going to have to take it away.
I don't think you can take away the perfect Christmas. The perfect Christmas isn't an object like a dress or an ornament. It's a feeling, one you get by finding joy in the people and things all around you. You can't take that away from anyone. Once they find it, it's theirs.
Kinda jumping the gun, aren't you, movie? This is the kind of thing that you learn at the end of the story. After Christy pulls a Batman on her, Barbie goes back to bed.
Barbie! Barbie!
Ah!
Turns out that Barbie's creeped out by your soulless gaze, too.
The sun's up. It's not snowing anymore. So our plane will take off and we can go to New York.
Except that it's 10 a.m. and your plane left at 6. But despite how clear the skies are now, and how clear they were last night, apparently their flight was cancelled anyway because of the alleged snowstorm.
We can always go to Manhattan next Christmas. The sea lions will still be there. So will all the ice skating and snowshoeing and sledding.
Yeah, but some things won't be. Amid Sparkle Night's Dream won't be playing on Broadway next year.
Amid Sparkle Night's Dream. Sparkle? You had to bedazzle a Shakespearean play to make girls understand it? Of course that's the version Barbie wants to see. Why would the world's most famous, blondest, pinkest airhead want to see a literary and theatrical masterpiece like A Midsummer Night's Dream performed on Broadway unless it was covered in glitter and fluff, just like her? When that bitch queefs, it's a puff of pink glitter.
It's not fair. They can't take the perfect Christmas away from us. They can't.
Someone told me it's impossible to take away the perfect Christmas. It sounded good when she said it.
But hearing it again, it just sounds really dumb. She proposes that they can still have a perfect Christmas, despite their setback, starting with hanging up their stockings so Santa can find them.
We'll hang them up right here in the room.
Where? There's no fireplace.
Why not? Wouldn't there be a fireplace in every room in a place like this?
They spot what appears to be Santa's reindeer in the distance, and they go out to investigate.
Christy! Christy!
Hey, Chelsea! What's up?
A reindeer! We saw it flying!
I don't know about that, but we did see something out the window.
It was Santa's reindeer! I know it! There were 8 of them and one of them flew.
Or jumped.
It flew! I saw it!
I believe you. You know why?
I'm quite mad, you see. Actually, what she really saw was a bunch of shelter dogs that they've collected in order to get them adopted by the local townspeople, who also contributed to their toy drive despite their distinct status of not being local. I'm confused by how any of this is happening right now. And all these dogs have to wear cute little reindeer antlers because they want to turn this into a Buddies movie or something. Chelsea meets Rudy, the only dog who isn't a lab pitty, and he takes her on a wild ride thanks to this passing squirrel.
I hate squirrels!
Her sisters give chase, and I have no idea where this conveniently placed toboggan came from, but I don't care. It's still better than them stumbling across a random hollow log full of wolves. And then they died. Merry Christmas, everyone!
Come with me. We've been decorating the tree.
No, they walk away from this completely unscathed. Hooray. Then they run into some real reindeer.
Oh, he's beautiful. And so soft.
And very, very friendly. This doesn't raise any questions for you?
He's probably rabid.
It's like he wants us to follow him.
Well, don't do it! You don't have to follow him. This can't end well.
The reindeer are hanging around this barn, inside of which is...
Santas.
Or Christie's. She said that she and the Elifs...
You mean elves?
Elifs. They do that big toy drive every year, remember? Maybe this is where they keep them.
But could they really make this many toys?
You didn't see them make anything. All you saw was them wrapping a handful of boxes over and over again.
Right. The same boxes that are full of Oh my god. Why are there no local townspeople? Because they're all here in this barn! They head back to the hotel, then start having a little snowball fight.
That's it.
Whoa! You guys, come on. I'm still cold. I want to get back to the inn. Okay, back me up, Barbie. Shouldn't we go? Barbie?
Hey!
In the 20 seconds that the camera's been off of her, Barbie should have built her own dream snow castle. This leads to them recreating their likenesses in snow.
The Barbie snowman had to have a ponytail?
Yes, that's how you're able to tell her from the other Snow Robertses.
Surely there could have been a more creative way of making it different from the others.
Like... glittery queefs?
Shut up.
Sure is a nice clear day out, isn't it? If the plot demands that these girls be stranded, couldn't we get a few clouds to look like the storm might pick up at any time? It isn't long before they run into this gas station, which isn't near anything resembling any kind of town, and which the girls didn't pass when they were chasing Chelsea. Where the hell are they going? And there's a garage band inside, who I guess have been stuck in here since the not storm hit. Skipper thinks they're good, but they're having difficulty selling themselves because they don't have any kind of social media presence, which they attribute to their lack of a singer. Because that's how that works.
Ooh, I'll sing for you. Christmas is coming and the geese are getting fat. Please put a bunny in the old man's hat.
No, you're doing it wrong. It's...
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. To put the bunny in the old man's hat. If you haven't put the bunny in the old man's hat, if you haven't got a hat.
Barbie suggests to Skipper that since she can't make the gig that she was going to sing for in New York, she should set up a show with these guys and post it on her blog.
A Christmas Eve concert at the hotel. I bet Christy would love it. She can help us spread the word to everyone in town. We'll make a stage right outside. We can serve Christy's amazing hot cocoa as people come in.
Hold up. If I'm going to do this, I want to do it. I don't want it to be a Barbie thing.
Oh boy. Who wants to tell her that she's in a Barbie movie? Christy's on board. Chelsea and Stacy are excited to do an opening act for the show, but what can Barbie do?
You will make the popcorn and cranberry strings.
What?
Yeah, decorations totally set the scene. Think you can do it?
You don't want it to be a Barbie thing, but you're asking Barbie to decorate? I hope you like pink. And boom! Cranberries and popcorn. Apparently Barbie has the same decorating powers as Christine McConnell. Wait a minute. That's not popcorn, it's human teeth! After that horror show, she checks up on how the festivities are coming along.
What's going on? Isn't the show in just 2 hours?
Yes, and the entire state is closed on account of snow. Haven't you been paying attention?
Skipper keeps going downstairs to rehearse, so she can't tell us what to do. She hasn't decided where she wants the stage, or the right color curtains, or how many risers, or...
Oh, but you don't need her for all that, right? You know the spot. Just do what you think is best.
I would, but Skipper won't let us. She gave us orders not to make a single decision without her.
Really?
Not one.
Did you want red candy canes with white stripes or white candy canes with red stripes?
I don't know.
Do you want the green bow or the red bow?
Red. No, green. It's too much to think about. I still have to rehearse and set up the podcast and decide on outfits.
It's okay. We can decide this stuff for you. Let us figure it out.
No. I need to do it myself.
Then step up and take charge, girl. If you're gonna be the director, be the director. Skipper asks Barbie how she manages to do all the things that she does by herself.
Skipper, I never do anything like this by myself.
Oh, you do. I've seen you. You put on plays and starred in movies and done block parties. And what about that fashion show you did in Paris for Aunt Millie?
Didn't you watch that movie? I had help from magical fairies.
From the outside, it looks like you can do anything. It's kind of hard to measure up to sometimes.
Measure up to? Skipper, I think you're amazing. Look at what happened with Brian. He was in awe of you and your website, and that's something you put together all on your own.
I guess.
It's true. You don't have to compare yourself to me or anyone else at all. You're incredible, just the way you are.
Wow. A surprisingly poignant lesson from Barbie, of all people. Now that Skipper's got her head where it needs to be, time for Evil Squirrel to show up again and ruin everything.
Physics! Physics! Physics!
No, stop!
You're playing the wrong music for this scene. Don't worry, I got it. So yeah, what little was accomplished is now in ruins. Chelsea and Rudy disappear in the confusion, but they're found again at the barn, the only other building within miles. Now that that little crisis is over with, we can go back to worry about the other crisis of Skipper not getting to put on her show.
I'm so sorry, Skipper. It was your big Christmas Eve show with a great new band playing your song, and...
You must feel like your whole Christmas is ruined.
Are you kidding? I'm with the three of you.
I'm used to disappointment. As it happens, all of the presents are gone, and in their place is a stage for Skipper to use. How did this happen? It would appear that Christy's uncle, who incidentally runs their annual toy drive, did all of this. In a couple of hours.
My uncle does his best work on Christmas Eve.
Can't wait to answer the phone and vaguely hint that I'm married to Santa.
So they proceed with putting on Skipper's show, which I guess they can do since Santa also plowed the roads on his way out. How do all these people get here?
Thanks so much for coming, everyone. So far, this Christmas hasn't been what my sisters and I expected, but it still turned out to be amazing. I had a song I was going to do, but I changed the lyrics because maybe I'll just let you hear it. 2, 3, 4.
Well, I've been waiting all year just for this day to get here. And I've been learning nothing goes exactly like you planned. Yeah, I've been flying solo, wishing I was in Soho. I thought I'd be a no-go for this show, but here I am. It's a perfect Christmas. It's a perfect Christmas. It's a perfect Christmas, 'cause I'm with you.
Any reason why we didn't hear the original song at the beginning of the movie so we can know what kind of changes were made to it?
They didn't have room in the budget for more song. They spent it all on Pink.
Her sisters come out on stage to finish the song with her, and because Skipper specifically said that she doesn't want this to be a Barbie thing, of course Barbie had to dress up like she's going to the friggin' prom. How nice.
It's a perfect Christmas, 'cause I'm with you.
As much as it pains me to defend Barbie, and as much as I hate participating in this kind of conversation at all, this situation requires a more delicate sound. Much better.
Then for no reason, Aunt Millie shows up.
Merry Christmas, girls!
Aunt Millie!
I can't believe you're here!
Me neither. What happened to that whole canceled travel subplot? There's also this giant Christmas tree outside that just popped up from out of nowhere. Okay.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
Yeah, nothing against Deck the Halls, it's a nice carol, but this seems more like a Silent Night or We Wish You a Merry Christmas moment.
La 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 la. Trill the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la.
And the more Bob Show heard the Barbie girls sing, the more that he thought, I must stop this whole thing! Luckily, I don't have to stop this whole thing, since Barbie wraps up the movie with a Christmas farewell that comes straight from the heart.
Merry Christmas.
Is she talking to us?
Who cares? It's over.
So that was Barbie: A Perfect Christmas, and it wasn't exactly perfect.
Come with me.
That's not to say this was awful by any means. The animation could stand a little refining. The songs, while forgettable, weren't exactly a chore to sit through. It's good to show that you can still get what you want, even if it wasn't exactly the way that you envisioned it. And that little bit about Barbie saying that you can be amazing on your own terms and you don't need to compare yourself to her is worth considering, since it would be all too easy to say that you need to do this, this, and this in order to be a success like she is. The whole thing with Christy and the Elifs could have been a lot less serial killery, but on the whole, this wasn't terrible. I've certainly sat through worse Christmas movies. And now that I've said that, I'm cringing in terror at what Christmas movies yet to come have to offer me this December. See you later, and Merry Christmas in July, everybody.
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please to put the penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got the penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got the halfpenny, then God bless you. Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please to put the penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got the penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got the halfpenny, then God bless you. If you haven't got a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a penny, then God bless you. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a penny, then God bless you. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a penny, then God bless you. If you God bless you, then God bless you. Oh, Christmas is coming. The goose is getting
Miss Piggy, Miss Piggy.
Whoa, whoa, don't
Miss
stop it
Piggy,
now.
Miss Piggy. Whoa! We're finished.
Oh, I knew that. Get out of the way.
When that bitch queefs, it's a puff of pink glitter.
Thank you, and you understand I'm going to have to put digital sparklies in there.
You owe me so big.
I love you.
Hey guys, we are here to answer the question of the review from the Nutcracker and the Four Realms, which was...
Maybe keep taking my glasses off in between might not be the best way to go. Okay. What is the best and worst Christmas/other holiday movie that you've seen? And why do you love or hate them?
I answered that question myself with the best movie, Scrooge, starring Alastair Sim. The story of a cruel, rotten soul finding redemption will forever be a classic, and Sim's version is just perfect, only rivaled by maybe The Muppets. Worst movie, Little Goby. Just... why?
To give you something to review.
Yes, of course, because somehow the stars will all align just to give you the most perfect piece of crap to review. But of course, one of my newest and biggest fans, Grace Starks, or Barks, or whatever you want to call her these days, I don't know, had to chime in and say, "You're not going to believe this, but I actually liked Little Goby. I got some ironic enjoyment from how bonkers the story was." Well, I'm happy that one of us got to enjoy it.
Grace also had her own answer to this question, which was, the best Christmas movie I've seen is the 1990 movie, The Nutcracker Prince. Unlike this movie, it's very faithful to the book material, and it incorporates the music from the ballet quite well to drive the emotional weight of the scenes. Plus, it's very well animated and has great voice acting. Sure, the critics didn't like it, but it holds a special place in my heart. It would inspire me to go into my own little land of dolls with my own stuffed animals whenever I felt the world was just too much. Now, as for the worst Christmas movie I've seen, it has to be Jim Carrey's The Grinch. Please don't get upset. When I was little, seeing this green thing yell and spaz out throughout the movie was an instant put-off for me. Plus, the animatronic baby Grinch creeped me out as a kid.
It's okay, little baby Grinch is pretty freaking creepy.
He is. He didn't quite make it into so ugly he's cute.
And the uncanny valley aspect of it was just, ooh, you shouldn't be. So, in short, she really don't like him. No, she don't.
Good choice, Grace. Good choice.
Trixie Murray says, best Christmas movie I ever saw would have to be Netflix's Klaus. It was one of the last movies I ever saw with my father before he passed away, and we both cried and enjoyed it. It was a beautiful Christmas movie. It has a great cast like Norm Macdonald, Will Sasso, Jason Schwartzman, Joan Cusack, Rashida Jones, and last but not least, J.K. Simmons, playing this intimidating version of Santa Claus. Fun fact, he actually used to be a mall Santa. I did not know that, and that is hilarious. The worst, in my opinion, would have to be Santa and the Ice Cream Buddy. Excuse me. Had to. Unavoidable.
I know.
I'm sorry, that was just the worst to me. It's funny, I get it, but I wasn't really into it. Plus,
No, the riffing of it is funny.
Yes. Yes.
The movie is not funny. The movie is creepy as hell.
Plus, the Ice Cream Buddy is creepy. But
yes.
But let's never forget that it did give us this at least. It's that smell again!
That spurred a conversation between Rob and I. Why? Okay, I know that not all actors can sing, but
yes,
you would think that most singers could act. Why don't they just hire the person with the singing voice and let them do the acting? Why do they have two different voice actors?
Maybe it was a Susan Boyle kind of thing, where you have this guy who has this really big, deep voice, but he's this little skinny guy who simply could not pull off a giant.
Meanwhile, you got this big burly guy over here who's talking like this, but the script demands that he sing and he can't do it. There's that smell again!
Which is, of course, the best cue to break into song.
I mean, you see me always doing this when I sing that. Fee, fi, fo, fum. It sounds like whoever's doing this would just naturally do that because he's projecting. But the actor... Fee, fi, fo, fum. I'm just standing around all bored.
Looking dumb.
I'm just standing looking dumb. That had to be it, no. Actor couldn't sing. Singer couldn't giant, I imagine. I don't know.
Pretty giant.
Yeah, definitely a good singing voice for a giant. Just don't mesh well with this!
Alright, our next answer comes from King Gabe himself.
Turn hand scoopy things!
The best Christmas movie I've seen is The Family Man, starring Nicolas Cage, which is similar to It's a Wonderful Life, but with the twist. The main character's life could have been what the main character... Okay, but the twist is what the main character's life could have been like. I've never seen it. I might have to
I saw it, and yeah, it was kind of like a reverse or a reverse Wonderful Life. Wonderful Life was about this guy not being there. This is about what happened if this guy's life just went into this direction, as opposed to where he actually was in life. So, yeah, good
Nicolas
comparison.
Cage is hit and miss for me. Sometimes I really like him, and sometimes it's
Sometimes, you're a bad man!
Yes, I really think his agent is questionable.
His agent? Him is questionable.
Agent needs to get him into better movies.
Maybe.
Gabe continues with, the worst holiday special is the Star Wars holiday special. It's said to celebrate Life Day, but you never find out what that is because there's so much random nonsense going on. I have to agree with that part. That was pretty bad.
If you can hunt down the riff tracks of it, I highly recommend it. Let's see. The Somewhere Man, Ben Woodland, says, it doesn't really count as a movie per se, and I wouldn't call it the very best, but I have very fond memories of watching a VHS full of really old public domain Christmas specials, like the 40s Fleischer Rudolph and the Howdy Doody Christmas special. I particularly liked the Merry Melodies short, The Shanty Where Santa Claus Lives. As for the worst, I would put Rhapsody Street Kids, but I've never seen it firsthand. Oh, you need to. You need to, just so you know.
You have to. You need you need that cultural reference in your life. You only have to watch it once. That's enough for anybody.
Just once. Just once. I haven't seen it since the review. And technically, I had to see it 3 times. Because, again, that's how my process goes. But, yes, my review, not enough. This is one of those movies where you need to check it out for yourself. Let's see. Instead, I think The Legend of Frosty the Snowman wins this one. It was fun watching with Bob's show. Thank you. But seriously, what a confusing and needless butchering of Frosty's character and backstory. Really.
Which one was that?
That was the one with Burt Reynolds narrating. It was the one set in this weird kind of 1950s suburbia, where...
Is that the one I didn't watch? I don't always watch the ones that he watches with his guest writers, patrons.
I think you might have missed this one.
I might have missed that one. Yeah, okay. I don't remember anything about it.
It was bad.
Yeah, it sounds like I didn't miss much.
Completely ruined the character and story, as Ben points out here. It's funny. He's talking about how his favorite thing was not a movie, a collection of movies that he had on VHS, and I have to totally agree. There are many movies that I've seen from my childhood that are must-sees every holiday season, but it doesn't matter that we all have, or that we now have all of these movies on DVD. I had to make a copy of this really old VHS that my dad's been collecting since the late 70s of these old Christmas specials that he was getting himself, because I like seeing it with the warbly VHS signal. I like hearing the noise in the background. It's weird. It's like just hearing and seeing that kind of degradation in the quality of the film and audio. It's like, wow, this is taking me back to something fierce. So yeah, right here, buddy.
Next is... I don't want to hear about my notifications.
Next is a diddly-doo.
Diddly-doo. Alright. Next is Tracar the Swift. Their answer was concise. Best, Die Hard. We know there's the debate on whether or not it's a movie. Christmas movie. It falls on the side of it's not a Christmas movie. I kind of do too.
Thank you.
And the worst, any Hallmark movie. They count as one, right? Any Hallmark movie, do they count as a I think he's trying to say they count as, you know, I can choose any Hallmark movie as the worst. But in truth, since they all have the same plot, they count as one. So, the Hallmark Christmas movie, I think that we should just call that the generic Hallmark Christmas movie.
I would say that 99.9% of Hallmark Christmas movies are all the same movie. The one outlier being Grumpy Cat.
I don't know how Hallmark ended up with it, but they shouldn't have been. They didn't deserve it. Grumpy Cat deserved better.
Yes, she did.
Tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce. I think she's grumpy in heaven now.
With little Bub. But they didn't like each other. Maybe they like each other now.
Oh, I just set myself for a meme here. An image of Grumpy Cat in heaven. I went to heaven once. Hated it. I'm actually surprised we're not seeing that. Or is that too sad? I don't know.
It's too sad.
That's too sad. Okay. Let's see. Aiden Barnes says, Home Alone 2 is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I like it even more than the first one because the booby traps are so much more creative and funnier. The worst for me is Jingle All the Way, and I gotta go into this now. Just seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger go through the insane efforts to get this on the Turbo Man action figure got old really quickly. The humor was stupid. The final act with him dressing up as Turbo Man in the parade was dull and awkward. The villain was weird. And the story was just flat and mediocre. This movie sucks. You're welcome.
Oh, and now you know why Bob should be the one to read that one.
Exactly.
Next is from Sir...
What, can you not do Arnold?
Of course I can't do Arnold. I don't do voices.
Worth asking. Worth asking.
You'd be dumb. Alright, next is from Sir Derpy Mister. Sir Derpy Mister.
Apparently.
Okay. The worst was Santa Buddies. Just bad CGI, soy substitute Christmas magic, stereotypes, and turd-covered candy canes cobbled into about 90 minutes.
That should have been the movie's tagline right there.
Yes, exactly.
Hey kids, do you like bad CGI, soy substitute Christmas magic, stereotypes, and turd-covered candy canes cobbled together in about 90 minutes? Santa Buddies!
And the best is technically an episode of a show, but South Park's Woodland Critter Christmas. A morbidly hysterical adventure into Cartman's sick, twisted imagination condensed into a 22-minute period. The previous two Christmas specials were hilarious as well, but this one, good lord, I was giggling throughout the entire thing. Truly one of the original users of surprise! This cutesy thing is actually a horror story.
And
I know
Raven,
nothing about South Park, so almost nothing about South Park.
I was going to say, you're not a fan of South Park, so you've got no idea what we're talking about here, which means that I'm going to have to show you this one, because it is true. It is hilarious.
It does not mean that. There is nothing, no.
That's exactly what that means.
If you review it, then maybe.
Well, you
I don't
heard
have
it,
to watch
folks.
horrible things just because of comments.
No. This isn't horrible. It's a horror story. There's a difference. It's good. Trust me. When have I ever steered you wrong?
You did not just ask me that about movies and television shows.
It's funny because you say movies and television shows. Maybe there's some really glaring examples out there that I'm just not thinking of. But my mind immediately goes to Jurassic Park. I didn't know.
You should have known.
I steered you wrong by accident. That's different.
He's talking about the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios.
Yes. Didn't know that there was that big dip at the end.
It was great up until that point. Before they remodeled it. It's still bad, though. That end.
Yeah.
I mean, the ride is worth it. That ending. Oh, God.
And the entire gift shop was privy to me following Raven on my knees, pleading for her forgiveness. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
He had everyone cracking up. Alright, next.
Next, a really good answer from Stargirl247 here. My best Christmas movie has got to be the Rankin Bass version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because of the message that even if you appear different to the outside world, it doesn't mean that you can't do great things. And as a person with disabilities, that really helps me remember that I can
Do.
Sorry, what?
I think it's supposed to be do.
Oh. Yes. That I can do great things on my own, or on my own a unique way, that the rest of the world sees as different. Worst Christmas movie.
That's a very good message to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, don't let things like that hold you back.
Exactly. Worst Christmas movie has to be this one, hands down. This one.
Nutcracker in 4 Realms.
Yes. No semblance of the original ballet anywhere in the story, and the main girl empowerment just felt useless. Heck, the Nutcracker with Nazi rats had more incorporation of the ballet than this one, in my opinion. And I love that so much. You have this simple little TV special from the 60s, which is empowering to a person with disabilities. But you have this multi-million-dollar movie from 2019 that's all about the girl power, and this girl watching it is just... Score 1 for Rankin Bass.
Next is from Shayna Barnard. The worst Christmas special I've seen is We Wish You a Turtle Christmas.
What?
The turtle costumes are creepy looking, and there's no story, and the songs are awful. Is this like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, you... didn't you see some of the pictures with me as I was researching it? I thought it might have been a turtle thing, so I looked it up, and no, didn't see it.
No.
Oh yes, it is rancid. When I inevitably get around to doing part 2 of Into the Hensonverse, yeah, there's just so much that I just gotta do it again. I am going to have to cover the original...
He was embarrassed at some of the ones that he had forgotten about.
Yeah, actually. But I am going to have to cover the original 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film done by the Henson people, and they were just incredible. Just the range of acting emotions they're able to get out of the faces, and they can actually move. Those big clunky rubber suits can actually be ninjas. Just crazy. But then you look at these things,
and their mouths just flapping up and down, and that's as intricate as they go. Like, guys, we can't do that! The turtles are the biggest thing in the world right now. They deserve better.
Yeah. Shayna goes on to say that the best would be Muppet Family Christmas. The story is adorable, the characters are fun to watch, and my inner fangirl squeals every time I see the Muppets.
So does mine.
Sesame Street and Fraggle Rock characters together in one place. Plus, with the semi-recent passing of Carol Spinney, the scene between Big Bird and the Swedish Chef is given an extra level of bittersweetness. Rest in peace, Carol Spinney.
I just call it sweetness because Big Bird got his cranberries.
I've never seen it, so I might actually want to watch that one.
Oh my goodness, you haven't seen it? Ah! Okay, I guess we gotta do that after we're done recording this video here.
We have other things to do.
I know, so many things to do. But yes, Muppet Family Christmas on the list. Let's see, and the last answer that we have here comes from Spectator1357. Worst Christmas special I have ever seen is the one with that blinking light bulb. Doesn't even have to say what it is, just the light bulb. Oh yeah.
Oh,
I can't shine. No, you can't. You're dead.
We did have a couple of honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
And
because again, a lot of good answers here.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of good answers. Very good. One honorable mention was Cricket on the Hearth, which Elizabeth Athenew described as the worst Christmas movie she'd ever seen, while Evie Rawlings described it as one of her favorites. I think Evie said it was like both. There were like good and bad parts about it.
Yeah,
but,
like it was like acknowledging it's a bad movie, but it's still one of my personal favorites.
So we're intrigued.
Yes, I haven't seen this myself, but just seeing it this far on either side of the good-bad spectrum, I'm like, wow, okay, I guess I gotta see this one, huh? Another honorable mention is coming from Chaz Former, Ruby Wolfsbane, and Autistic Guy with the Camera Productions, who are all in agreement that 8 Crazy Nights was just horrible.
I haven't seen that one, but I kind of wanted to because, like Nicolas Cage, Adam Sandler has had some good movies that I've really enjoyed, and Adam Sandler has had some horrible movies that I would never, ever want to watch again.
Adam Sandler is one of those actors that surprises me sometimes.
Yeah.
But, yes. Good on you to ask the question, what is your favorite or least favorite Christmas/holiday films? Or else this one and only Hanukkah movie, sorry Hanukkah, you deserve more love, wouldn't have been mentioned. Or is it a bad thing this one and only Hanukkah movie was mentioned? I don't know. But, yes, thank you all for the wonderful answers for this question of the review. And be sure to answer the question that we have down below in this video. We don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a good one.
Oh yes, we do know what it is.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb apparently. What is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell me.
Don't. I sent it to you. Remember, I wrote it before the one for Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
I got issues. I don't remember that at all.
Anyway.
Please forgive my dumbness.
And while we won't be having a question of the review read at the end of September's videos, there will be a question of the riff.
Yes.
Which we'll explain more about, and that will be its own video. We will read all of the questions that have been, pick answers from all the different questions that have been answered for September, and do one video just on questions.
Mm-hmm. And until then, we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Okay, something's weird. It's that smell again! Hey guys, I have a letter to read to you here from someone whose name I think must have been lost in the process of coming to me. The addresses were actually pasted onto this envelope here. All we have here is Stallings. from Kansas City, Missouri. But let's see if this comes with a first name. Let's get this open. I feel like I was cutting into something I shouldn't be. Uh-oh. Let's see. Let's see. This letter comes to us from, I believe it is Neil Stallings, Niall.
Niall? Maybe?
Maybe. Dear Bob Show, my name is pronounced Neil Stallings. Hi, Neil. Nice to meet you. I have been a great fan.
Awesome that he gave you a pronunciation guide. Thank you. I wish more people would do that.
So helpful. Thank you. Yeah, said the guy whose name is Bob Shoes? Bob Shoes? Bob Shoes? But Bob Show, right, thank you. I've been a great fan of you since I first saw your review for Alpha and Omega 5 in my first semester of college in 2015. At first, I only watched the reviews for movies I had seen, but now I have watched nearly all of your movie and comic reviews. Oh, thank you. I think the way you do your reviews, whether your opinion is positive or negative, is absolutely hilarious. There are some movies I would like you to review, both because I want your opinion on them, and because you might be interested in some of them. They are Kangaroo Jack, its animated sequel, Racing Stripes, the Walking with Dinosaurs movie, the BBC animal drama Pride, Disney's The Wild, and The Lion Guard, The Rise of Scar. Okay.
The Lion Guard, I think, is the name of the TV series. Brandon Croker, Bambi Man, does a lot of those reviews.
Yeah, but I thought that The Lion Guard was supposed to be a sequel series to The Lion King, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Never saw it, but it always
Have to ask Brandon.
I guess. The Rise of Scar?
I remember seeing Racing Stripes, and this was a long time ago before you and I met.
Yes,
and I thought it was kind of cool.
Your ability to watch movies.
Yes, I was about to say, I thought it was funny, I thought it was good. So I'll probably absolutely hate it this time, because I'm not allowed to like movies anymore.
That is not true. You're just not allowed to enjoy bad movies. That's the point.
Why, you do.
I like bad movies, ironically. With the last one, I know you don't usually review TV episodes, but I think it'll be interesting to see what you have to say about it, because I personally think it's the best episode of the entire series. For some of those movies I mentioned, there are some pictures of them below. Yes. Kangaroo Jack was a weird enough movie on its own. How does it get an animated sequel?
I didn't know it had an animated sequel, but I remember the movie was horrible, and that was before you and I got together, and even I knew it was horrible in my laymanship.
You don't have to review these movies if you don't want to, but like you say, you deserve to review good movies once in a while, so thank you, and I hope to see more of your reviews in the future. Sorry about the all caps here, by the way. The computer is wanting to do this for some reason. I guess that was the computer's way of getting a little shout out. Hey, say to Bob Show that the computer is watching too. No, I'm not going to do that. Please, I want him to know I'm watching. Fine, what do you want me to say? I don't know.
Either that or he just wanted to yell at you.
And because I love my fans so much, I gotta do this now. So thank you, and I hope to see more of your reviews in the future. Sorry about the all caps here, by the way. The computer is wanting to do this for some reason. Yay!
Oh my god.
Sincerely, Neil Stallings. P.S. The Walking with Dinosaurs movie stars Justin Long, the voice of Humphrey in Alpha and Omega. Isn't that ironic? I'm sorry, it is impossible to do Cool Cat without stumbling over his lines.
You forgot to do exquisite, though.
Well, if the ladies so choose. Exquisite!
Oh, God.
What were you thinking, Derek Savage? I mean, really.
I don't know. It was some sort of Playgirl-induced fever dream, I think.
Why is Mama Cat just the Cool Cat suited drag?
Because that's what Daddy Derek likes.
Daddy Derek likes his childhood friend, who he also imagines is his son?
Don't judge.
But it's so easy. Anyway, thank you very much, Neil. I will definitely have to check out those recommendations at some point. And anyone wants to recommend any movies for me, send me packages, fan art, DVDs, comics, whatever. Go ahead and send to the P.O. Box in the corner. I'll see you guys later.
Subscribe, like, follow.